Alright, here we go. This is a ranked 2v2 on Storm between the Carbon team on the left side. It is Sven790 in the Raptor Neo and molb78 in the Black Ops Striker. Their opponents, the green team on the right side, it is Jesuis94 in the, what is that called again? Man, plastic. I always think of it as plastic. Nexus Paladin and Apple738 in the APB Striker. Storm, a map that I personally don't think is well suited for 2v2. Honestly, even for 1v1, it's a smidge short because of where the mid fight takes place. You basically can see the whole map. It's really hard to get by, get your units by the other opponent. The top lane is usually the most common place to do a push by, like a bypass push. I don't know what to call that, but to move your units past your opponent's army. Bottom side is used sometimes with the T99s. There are usually a problem, but either way, I'm usually not a fan of a map that's small enough to cover the especially the vertical portion of the mini map with your mech vision by like half or something like that. It's not not what I think is healthy for the game personally. But And there's not too many paths on Storm. Man, these guys are going at it quick. All four of these players are extremely high tier. Like, very, very good players. Definitely top 20 level. And it does look like Molb and Sven. Oh, no. They're both about the same because this is neutral. This is neutral. And Molb and Sven are actually a little bit ahead. Apple trying to do a quick flurry over, but in the defensive position, he needs to pull back probably. Yep. Just trying to get whatever kill he can while keeping his Longhorn alive, and has done that. The green team is actually going with Buckies. That's cool. Not something you'd see too much out of the top tier of the game, but there it is. Inevitably. The Carbon team now just working on the T99. I mean, they're not terribly behind because the mid defenses. Oh man, Jess was really low on health. Probably gonna get killed by the hat. Oh no, a fine Longhorn. These are fine Longhorn. fine people. I'm just gonna do this real quick like an idiot because I keep forgetting to turn these back on when I take my screenshots. But yeah, fine Longhorn. That's hilarious that these variants are still a thing. Kind of dumb, honestly. And generator down on the low. I kind of like that move because this is usually the retreat outpost that you need to get more energy and health and stuff from, because this is the primary, the forward outpost, and the one on the low ground is the next closest one if your top post runs out of energy. Sometimes the generator gets put down here, right here, but sometimes, depending on the mid fight, it gets a little bit vulnerable. Jesuis and Apple with a better position here. 33 to 30, 35 to 28. It's even enough, but the Buckies are working out here. Oh man, this honeypot healing this goalie, keeping his goalie alive basically forever. It's only about half health right now, but it doesn't really matter. The Carbon team has cleared the goalie on the left side. Green team has the low ground here in the middle between the two outposts. Such valuable warring space on Storm. And eventually the green team will get that goalie killed. There you go. Jesuis just going to fire in with the mech. Apple focusing spin right there. But the green team not going to be able to take this outpost quite yet. It's just so dangerous. Like, if the Carbon team just shifts up slightly, all these tanks will be able to fire down. So getting too aggressive over here for the green team is very, very dangerous because this is such a great defensive position for the, for the defending team. Bucky's now firing in. More Buckies would actually work decently, but Molb getting caught trying to neutralize that bottom by Apple. Or no, by Jesuis, actually. Gonna retreat that Longhorn. No harm, no foul, really. It doesn't really matter, honestly, at that point. As long as you can save your unit, then who cares? Carbon team actually gaining a little bit of footing here. Killing a Buster there. That's a very big win. That's a huge death. Sven with the Neo melee so dang strong, especially if you can spam it. Now gonna go with Butcher drops to kill. Ooh, there's a Gaddy over here though. And are they gonna try to kill the turtles? Turtles are not gonna, yeah, not great there. But Molb did get a kill on Apple. See, that's the thing about Storm. It's so trenchy. It's so you can hold so well with these ledges here. And you can't really get a wide angle position against your opponent very easily because there's no physical space to actually accomplish it. Like, it would be nice if these rocks were gone, for example, or if this was pulled back a little bit, or even pulled forward a little bit, just so you can have better angles and better space. But the way that Storm is laid out, it doesn't really allow you to get too much of a spread against your opponent. Right here, the green team's actually doing a decent job. The generators are in front, so that's kind of hilarious. Oh, I thought the Carbon team was making a move down there at the bottom, but no. The artillery, oh, almost getting killed by the T-99s, the neutral T-99s. Sven with a couple SAMs, oh, might be able to get this neutralization. Needs the body block for those SAMs. SAMs are so low health overall, but will he be able to get it? Jesuis landing, and does not kill the SAM. Sven gonna infantry spam here, gonna try to keep the outpost alive. Apple gonna shift the focus, but Molb will be able to get full focus on the mid if Apple does do that. The Carbon team cannot hold this, but the green team is basically shifting their focus over here. Now Apple moves back to the main fight. Does get finished off in the air by Molb there. So will Molb be able to take advantage of this? These gaddies tear up mechs, which is insane. We're only in mid-game right now. We have not hit the late-game levels yet. Although we are at level 6 for Molb and level... Oh, that's about it. So he does have a grinder out on the field. Right there. You can see it plain and simple right there. Easy to save, especially in short distances on Storm. I'm surprised you don't see more grinders on Storm, honestly. See a lot of busters because you create those, you know, Spartan-like tank lines. Pretty crazy. Jesuis harassing a little bit over there. Bottom right outpost has been completely cleared and retaken and defended by green team. It is 39-34, so green team slightly behind in upkeep. Oh, Apple, I think with a little bit of focus fire help from Jesuis. No, Jesuis on the 4, so Apple getting lots of kills this game. I guess mostly on Molb, which is kind of interesting, the other striker, but Jesuis overextending, staying on the ground for quite a long time. Okay, grinder does get saved by Apple. The Buckies are actually doing decently for the Carbon team. The green team doesn't really have any mechs that can harass those too easily. I guess the Paladin can throw the hammer, but it takes a lot of hammers. They don't have any healing units down here, though, so that's kind of weird. Usually you do see just one. The one healing unit to keep those you know, any frontline units from dying, or at least to delay it so you can save them a little bit easier. But Carbon team losing units left and right. Losing units left and right. Molb with that, or Sven with the melee spam there. 2 Longhorn dead right there, or busters, not sure. Does look like team effort here by the green team. Lots of faring over by Apple, but will they be able to hold this? Sven with all the melee and the energy at the outpost to save it. Molb firing in as well, but the gaddies have such high health. All turrets basically do, except for, I guess, for Stinger. But the green team has lost this top, or the Carbon team has lost the top outpost, and the green team looks like they are going to be moving in. 9-50 for the Carbon team, so this basically looks like it's GG. The green team with tons of units over there at the high ground. At this point, the Carbon team doesn't have too much hope. I would say if the upkeep was a little bit more even, that the Carbon team, there would be a lot of reason for the Carbon team to keep fighting this, but because it's freaking 15-50 right now, the Carbon team has basically nothing compared to what the green team has on the field. A goalie drop by Molb. Trying to get the outpost neutralized. Yes, I guess the outpost neutralization. Oh, I guess they neutralized this over here with the Gaddy. But the outpost neutralization over here is probably priority. But even then, it's so well surrounded by green units that doesn't even matter. Sven getting finished off on the retreat by Apple over there. And this will probably go right back to green once they can clear that Gaddy. Do they even need it? Do they even need it at this point? The Carbon team has 0 outposts. They've lost this top outpost due to a Longhorn drop. Or due to a goalie drop, I guess. And it is in green control right now. The goalie finishing off the Longhorn. 8-54. But it was quite a vicious mid-fight. Up until the point that green team made that move. Able to chip away, inch their way closer, and take this ledge away from the Carbon team. Probably one of the most common tactics to advance and succeed in the mid-fight on Storm among the high tier. Sven doing what he can to try to defend here, but it's really not going to do anything. I guess Molb over here with a few infantry attempting to take the outpost. Basically last-ditch effort, but that's gonna probably be it for the Carbon team. The Carbon team now just has a bunch of gaddies at their front door. Goalie firing in, but everything on hold position, so it's not going to get the kill anytime soon. Even a defensive goalie over here for the Carbon team, but that's probably going to go up in flames right about now. There you go. And so, yeah, at this point, the green team could probably just hit send. The green units could be put on attack, except for obviously the turrets. And I guess the grinder cannot actually attack the fort, which is kind of funny. Why? I don't know. Not a humongous deal, I would think. But goalie, and this game is basically over. I don't know why the Carbon team has not surrendered yet, and why they're still attempting to defend. Sven with the ultimate bombs that do non-ultimate damage in PvP. And the green team is now dominating this mechanic. I really don't understand what the need for it is, honestly. There is not a need to end the game when it's basically over. There's really a need to end the game when it's stalemated like crazy. Congrats to the green team, Jesuis94 and Apple738 taking this victory on Storm over Sven790 and molb78. Just your typical run-of-the-mill, awesome, high-tier, high-skill, high-action game. Not much to say besides great performance by all four players, and hope to see more players try to pursue this level of skill. And I hope to see everyone else in the game just continue to play. Make more custom lobbies, I think, is probably what we need to do, honestly. I know the wait times are ridiculous, but that you know, depends on people in queue. If people see you in a lobby, maybe they'll come and join. I don't know. That's just a little, my 2 cents. Back in the day, that was basically how games were made. So maybe it's time for a change of pace. All right, guys, this is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.